Hi, everybody. So when they do something right, we need to thank them, and we need to show some appreciation for Dr. Peckle and Dr. Jean Marvin of the Rochester Public Schools. I would start this session with What a Difference a Day Makes by Billie Holiday, but I don't want to roll that out until I've practiced it. Last week, Tuesday, I spoke on the microphone here at the Rochester Public School Board meeting for ISD535. I spoke about the licensure, qualifications, training, background of the C.E.R.T force, which was being placed in the Rochester Public Schools. That was Tuesday. Thursday, there was a massive meeting here. You might remember I did a broadcast from this same location on Thursday. And then on Friday, I received an email from Dr. Jean Marvin assuring me that the decision's been made not to place the C.E.R.T team inside the Rochester Public Schools. So when they do the right thing, we need to thank them, okay? We need to show some appreciation and some thanks when they do the right thing. Speaking on a public microphone makes a difference. That's where we need to be right now, from now until November. Okay, some of the people on our side, we've been showing up to the county commissioners meetings. We've been showing up to the school board meetings. We've been showing up to the city council meetings in Rochester. That's where our republic allows you, the public, to speak on the microphone, and that's where you need to be. Be encouraged that you can make a difference. You need to show up. You can make a difference by asking the right questions respectfully and in the correct way. We are on the side of civility. We are on the side of speaking on public microphones. We are not burning buildings. We are not causing $500 million in property damage in Minneapolis, St. Paul. We are not throwing cans of soup. We are not breaking windows and attacking police cars. That's not what our side does. Our side uses facts, reason, evidence, and words. We use words, people. Now, their side is very triggered by our words. Their side is very triggered by our free speech, and they have done everything they can to prevent people from speaking on the microphone. There have been some tricks. Sometimes they'll lower the amount of time you have. Sometimes they'll play with the broadcast, so you don't really see the broadcast going out. You're just a little thumbnail in the corner. Sometimes they'll line the room with the police or undercover individuals. They'll try to use intimidation. Sometimes they've even weaponized, I call it weaponized, the press. Sometimes they've even weaponized the faith community to shame people into silence, because you see, they know how our side works with that operating system where we feel shame for them just calling us a name. They don't have to say anything more than calling you a name to get you to sit down and shut up on your hands, right? You sit down because you're a terrorist or a domestic terrorist or a basket of deplorables or irredeemable or unwashed or uneducated, or unenlightened, or uninformed, or all kinds of insults, right? Remember Hillary Clinton's whole list, her whole list. You're a phobe, you're a transphobe, or an Islamophobe, or you're some kind of a radical. No, all you're doing is using words. Their side's setting stuff on fire. So keep using your words between now and November, election time. Your words are what we need in this metaphorical war, right? Because it's a war, it's a battle of ideas. Come sign up to speak on the school boards, speak at the city council meetings, speak at the county commissioners meetings. Words can have an impact. Get involved. Don't sit around in your garage bitching about the government. Don't sit around in the church basement after church drinking a cup of coffee and moaning about how terrible things are. Don't be a doomer. Don't hang around with doomers. And I'm not selling any hopium here, okay? It's a hard fight. It might be your first time speaking on a microphone when you sign up to do it. It might take everything in you to get up. Just speak from your mind, your heart, your guts, your balls, your ovaries, and your voice will give impact to your thoughts and ideas. Use words. Continue to use words. That's all we have, and that's all our side does. That's all I want to be engaged in, is the battle of ideas in the free marketplace of ideas. So please, people, again, no hopium here, and also I'm not a doomer. But if we don't speak on public microphones, what is the point of rehearsing all your sad stories, calling up your friends and complaining and so I did this and I did that and then I said, you're not doing anything unless you turn up, unless you show up, put up or shut up right now. Because frankly, the people who sit around rehearsing all their complaints, I'm just kind of like, yada yada, talk to the hand. Because at this point, this is where we need to be. And what a difference. When I read that email from Dr. Jean Marvin assuring me that the C.E.R.T force would not be allowed to police inside the Rochester Public Schools, that the contract was being continued with the real police, I knew this was a moment that I had to, just thank everybody for everybody who had a part to play in this, whether you made a phone call or sent an email. Whatever you did to shed light on this situation, thank you, because we really do it for the protection of the children. That's what this is all about. And, I don't hide behind the kids in this case. I'm saying we need to speak up. If you're a tax owner, a property taxpayer, if you are a taxpayer in Rochester, even if you're just a resident in Rochester, you have a right to come here and speak. Not just if you are a parent, okay? And frankly, the first time I called here to ask if I could speak and how I would speak and how I should sign up, the secretary said, "Do you have a child in the Rochester public school system?" And there was this implied threat in the voice. I realized that parents could be easily intimidated away from wanting to speak at the school board meeting because you're afraid for your kid. If you've been treated that way when you call to ask about speaking on the microphone, if you've been treated that way, I'd like to hear from you too, because I've heard from others. And I know from parents who've talked to me that they don't want to come near this place to speak on the microphone because they really are afraid for their children. Some children have been horribly bullied and they refuse to go back to school. They don't want to go back to Mayo. They don't want to go back to JA or JM. They're afraid. The kid's like, "No, I'm not going back to Mayo." No. So parents have talked to me about this experience. So look, those of us who are able need to be a voice for those people who are unable. So let's keep it going. Keep using your words. Keep writing letters. Keep making phone calls on all of the issues that we've been working on this last, 2 years now? COVID's over. The masks are done. We got to work on the jab issue, and we need to find out where the funding is going. We need to find out about the school district being in arrears and being in the red. So look, guys, there's a lot of work to be done. Take heart, get involved, reach out. See you soon, and we can do better. Which Billie Holiday song should I leave you with? Oh, gee, there's a good one I was thinking of. Oh, I got one for you. Billie Holiday. Actually, it's been sung by a lot of people, and one of my favorite interpretations of this song is by Mr. Tony Bennett, but it goes something like this. I took a trip on a train and thought about you. I passed a shadowy lane and thought about you. 2 or 3 cars parked under the stars, a moonlit stream. Moon shining down on some little town, and with each beam the same old dream. At every stop that we made, I thought about you. But when I pulled down the shade, well then I really felt blue. I peeked through the crack and looked at the track, the one going back to you. And what did I do? I thought about you. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time. I think I'm gonna have to get off the line here.